Visions of Mana.
Hello, everyone. RPG Kid here, back with what could possibly be the finale of Visions of Mana. In the previous video, we did almost every single side quest that's left. So there is a few that we have left. There's actually a couple here on La Grazia, but I'm assuming they're inside the tower there. There's actually also one in Ilstana, but that hasn't shown up yet. And there's one somewhere else too, but maybe they'll all show up once we do this story bit. So let's see. Anyway, let's go to the archives.
Curious. Just as I feel I'm closing in on the answer, more information arrives and throws off my hypothesis. I cannot rest until I figure this out.
Aish, we did it! We beat the Benevodons.
Congratulations! Though I never doubted that you would be able to dispatch with them, it is good to hear.
Master Aish, you do not appear to have received the requisite hours of repose.
I assure you, I have gone through far longer stints without sleep. And who could relax when there's so much data to evaluate? But enough about me. I have something I must tell you all. I have tracked the fluctuations in mana power to Entwine Bridge Pass. If the Benevodons are no longer a threat, then there's only one entity it could possibly be.
Delafos.
Your mouth didn't move, Val.
Say, is that not the specific span where Delafos swore to be together with Cerulia?
We should go if we want any chance to stop him before he enacts his revenge.
You sound worried. We just took out all 8 legendary monsters. How hard can an ancient hero be? Strictly speaking, we don't even have to defeat the guy, as long as we can get the mana sword away from him.
Yeah, but Delafos also
For
took
this
down all
venture,
8 of them
I shall
on his own.
accompany you. I could not live with myself if I missed the opportunity to witness the historic reclaiming of the...
You should be resting, not venturing.
I'm merely fatigued. I will be fine, as long as I avoid fights and focus on my report.
I know how important it is to leave behind a record for history. This is for the future of La Grazia, Terratio, and the people across the land. Their hopes and dreams have gotten us this far.
Okay.
No matter how strong Delafos has become, we will fight. It's time for us to take back the Mana Sword.
Yeah.
Delafos has gotta be what's causing the disturbance at Entwine Bridge Pass, but we can't leave unprepared. Let's take stock before we go.
Sorry about that. Okay, so we got one quest in front of us there. That's the only quest. Maybe this is a tie-in quest type thing. So, you know what? Fuck it. Let's pick up the quest and see what happens. The Benevodons are no longer a threat, but Delafos won't rest until this curse spreads across the whole world. You're not who I wanted to talk to. Good day, Master Aish. Have you been well? Palamina, hello. And I see you brought company. To what do I owe the honor? Is there a dire situation I'm required to help resolve? At the moment. I merely wish to check up on you for fear that you had become excessively engrossed in your scholarly studies. Again, I appreciate your concerns, and you are right. I could do with a brief rest. I should tie up some of these books while I'm at it. Aish, are you aware of the difference between rest and work? Forgive my curiosity, but are these documents the reports of what you saw in the sanctuary? Oh no, I finished that work some time ago. What you see here is chronicling of the Alms, you Alms to be specific, though it is still something of a work in progress. Huh, what's so interesting about us? How can you say that? This generation of Alms is a collection of exceptions. Not only was the Soul Guard elected to be the Alm of Light, but the Alm of the Moon made an unexpected return. And I haven't forgotten about you, Jule, my favorite sproutling. Sometimes I kind of wish you would. I couldn't allow myself to sit still and let such anomalies go undocumented. However, as the project progressed, I encountered a setback of sorts. I realized I knew next to nothing about who you are as people. So what? Should we do self-introductions? No, it's not worth the energy. I intend to research your homelands, hoping that some knowledge of your origins might spark something, but didn't quite go as planned. Sheesh, you always overcomplicate things. Why don't you just, ask us? Interesting. I hadn't considered that option. Well, let's get to know each other better. Starting right away. There's something in it for you, rest assured. And I know just the thing. Would you all accompany me to Pasagian Tomspire? I'd like to recommend some books curated to match your interest. A stroll through the Tomspire is a splendid way to relax. Actually, there's a manuscript I could do with picking up while we're there. Sounds like you're just dragging us along on an errand run. I think it's an incredible idea. It would be an honor to receive reading recommendations from Master Aish. Well, at least someone's excited. And it might be rubbing off on me, because I'm curious to hear Aish's suggestions too. My suggestions would be more than satisfactory. I assure you, my curated book lists have had nothing but rave reviews from the scribes in Le Grotte, so... Honestly, I'm not much of a reader. I prefer being read too. I'll be mighty impressed if you have a book for me. Time to show us your stuff, Aish. I'll be waiting for you at the entrance of the Tomspire. Don't dawdle now. I'm gonna dawdle a little bit. Wait, what was the name of that side quest? From curator to communication. So there's also like one more quest here that we get, but maybe I get after this one. Hello. You're the one who was looking for the replacement support from last time. What are you searching for this time? A person, actually. Do you know of a Ganian named Higley? Higley? Don't think I know anyone by that name. Sorry, I'm still just an apprentice scribe. Try asking someone who's been here a while. One of them might know something. But I won't get your hopes up. The scholars here have their noses buried so deep in their books they hardly pay attention to much else. Case in point, I was looking for the head curator the other day, asking any scribe I came across if they knew where he was, but they all mumbled back completely different answers. Really now? Sorry, I need to go look for Higley, but let's chat again some other time. Pressed for time as always, I see. Very well. What is that you're asking about around Glaxos about aliens? Let me tell you what I know of them. They primarily reside in the Earth Village and are well known for being specialists in artistry. They rarely, if ever, accept outsiders into their community. You might encounter Granians around the world who don't hail from Gudra, but they are few in numbers. The majority choose to remain in Gudra and the surrounding lands. However, their reclusiveness did give birth to a unique culture, one that made use of the properties of the earth beneath their feet. Although they have established writing systems, their knowledge has traditionally been passed on orally from one generation to the next. However, when the village fell to ruin 4 years ago, much of their culture and traditions were lost with the people who perished. Sorry to interrupt. This is all really great stuff to know. We're not here to learn about Ganians. We need to find a Ganian. A scribe, actually. Her name's Higley. My apologies, I cannot help you there. But at least you learned something new. Remember, the path towards knowledge is hardly ever a straight road. I don't know, is looking for someone the path of knowledge? I mean, I guess on one hand I can kind of see that, but on the other, no. Solgard, are you looking for something? A manuscript, perhaps? I'm trying to find a Ganian named Higley. I think she's here in Le Grotte somewhere. Do you know her? Higley? Yeah, she's a scribe here. I'm afraid I have no idea where in the archive she might be. She keeps to herself most of the time. Every time we try to approach her, she tells us to leave her alone and not mention her homeland. That's gotta be her, then. It sounds like she still hates Gudra. Well, anyway, now we know where she's here. Just need to keep searching the grots until we find her. Who are you people? Leave me alone! You're looking for someone, you say? Good luck there. Most of the folks here try their level best not to be found. They rarely appreciate being disturbed when you do find them. But I don't mind helping you look for this person of yours. Describe them to me. Well, she's a Ganian, originally from Gudra. Name is Higley, and we believe she's a scribe here. I know exactly what you're talking about. She's made a nest among piles of books in one of the deeper sections of the library. I haven't seen her come out in a few days. I doubt you have been able to find her even if you search the place top to bottom. Follow me, I'll show you where she is. Mind filling me in on details of the search mission of yours while we walk? I love chatting, unlike most of the other scribes you'll find here. Yes, I see. Knock knock, anyone home? We got visitors, Higley. Huh? Visitors? What on earth could they want? Hold on, I'm coming out. Why are you visiting me? I don't know you. Let me explain. They've come all the way from Gudra, you see. Said they found a letter you wrote and wanted to check if you were still alive. Their search led them here to Legrazzo. I suppose they're messengers, sent by a fellow named Watts. It seemed you'd like to come back to the village. What do you think? Did you say Watts? You mean Uncle Watts is still alive? But how? Gudra was destroyed. This isn't some sick joke, is it? Not at all. I know it's hard to believe, but Watts is alive. He's in Gudra right now. Alright, I believe you. But knowing how terrible a fighter Uncle Watts was, he's the last person I expected to survive. I'm relieved to hear he made it out alive. But I'm sorry, I'm not going back. If you truly read the letter I wrote, then you know the reason why. I hated Gudra, and I still do. People there were obsessed with preserving tradition and refused to accept any form of new idea. The villagers said that everything I wrote, everything I would ever need to know would be taught to me by the elders. I was even admonished for reading books. But look at where that got them. That wisdom is all gone now, buried alongside the elders that insisted on keeping it in their heads. Gudra's rich history and culture are no more, all because of a stubborn reliance on oral tradition. What a waste. Higley, I understand that the way of life in Gudra didn't agree with you, and I think you are within your rights to leave. I'm as upset as the next person in Gudra's unique culture has been lost. I've always adored their earthenware. Generations of knowledge and tradition gone in an instant with nobody left to pass on. You're right, it is a waste. If you like it so much, then why don't you go to Gudra instead of me? Good luck getting them to accept you. You're an outlander, born of a different earth than us. Well, I can't argue with that. Oh. I'm sorry about that. I think I'm done with this discussion. I want to tell Watts I'm happy to hear he's alive and well, but I'll never return to Gudra. Okay, we will. Thanks for your time. And that's all we really need to know is that you were alive. That's all he kind of really cared about, too. He was like, well, she doesn't have to come back, but just as long as, you know, she's alive. Okay, it does not. So let's go here to the Tome Spire.
Let's use the Meridian to travel.
Where we need to go. Because like I said, there's... Are you ready to hear my recommendations? Yes. Let's be off then. Because there's actually 2 more quests that are not even here. Like, we have one in Illistana and one actually at the Sanctuary of Mana, so... I wonder if that one's actually available now or it's something that we have to wait.
Guess it's my turn.
I will take over.
Is there a way I can go through this without having to do fights? Yes, good. So I think the less fighting we do, the better off we'll be. In terms of, you know... Because I already feel like we are way overpowered for what I'm going to assume will be the final area of the game. So.
Stand clear. Stand clear.
Karina, you were born in Logren, the Vale of Wind, am I right? Tell me, are the people there as hostile to outsiders as ever? Ah, rude much? You don't hate outsiders, you just hate going outside the Vale. Don't get it twisted now. But the honest truth is, I couldn't stand that mentality. One reason I wanted to become an Alms so badly was getting away from it all and fulfill my dream of seeing the world. I wasn't a big fan of the whole upholding the ways of the past thing, like everyone else was. Apart from wind dying, that's one long-run tradition I do like. Wind dying. That's the way of coloring fabric that's peculiar to Longren. We scribes once attempted to replicate the ceremony here in Lagrazzo, but our efforts fell flat. No surprise there. Only Sylphid's winds can change the fabric's color. More importantly, you have to become one with the wind. Wind dyeing can make for a great exercise too. Think of it like dancing with the breeze. I see. So merely reproducing the motions of the process is insufficient. So it requires a specific mindset to succeed. Thank you for telling me this. Ramco, I'd like to hear from you as well, if I can. Tell me, were you always aware of the existence of the Flamel drum? Yeah, it doesn't seem like she was. I have no idea what the connection between them might be. Oh, whatever. I'm not too worried about it. No matter what she looks like, Ramco will always be Ramco. That's the most important thing. So the link between Ramco and the Flamel drum remains a mystery. Seems my forwards into the unexplained will continue. Unexplored will continue. How exciting. Hey, you're making that creepy face again. My apologies. Force of habit. Now, take into consideration what you've disclosed to me thus far. Allow me to recommend a book. How could you possibly suggest a book based off of that? I hardly told you anything. What literally told me spoke volumes to you, volumes as to your personality. You're a rambunctious girl, brilliant with curiosity and self-confidence, who always remains true to herself. And I've just a book for you. Sacred Dance is a Sacred Beast. Ramco, this is a book about you. There's a ton of pictures and explanation about all sorts of dances. And you know how much I love the move and groove. Here's one we can do together. Look, there are illustrations of famous landmarks of the world. I've never even heard of some of these places. If I read this book, it'll ruin the excitement of visiting somewhere new. What to do? Well, if you want to avoid spoilers, you'll just have to travel the world first, it would seem. Are you being supportive, Aish? Everything okay with you? Anyway, I'm not returning the book until I visit every place in it. Come on, Ramco, we've got some reading to do. She doesn't seem to have realized I pulled that book straight from the children's section. Well, what she doesn't know won't bother her. I'm honestly not surprised about that. Do I have to? I guess I might actually have to.
If they insist on instigating the battle, then let us honor their invitation. This is power. Gratitude. This is power. We should outfit ourselves with new equipment and accoutrements.
And accoutrements.
Stand clear. Stand clear.
Tell me, Val, what was your childhood like? What were your pastimes? I want to hear anything and everything. My childhood? Well, I was a pretty energetic kid. Was running around playing with swords. That's one my dad made me that almost never left my side. My dad's a blacksmith, you see. I was curious about making swords and all, but I much preferred swinging them around instead. What else? Oh, I helped my mom out with a lot with farm work. Farming is really labor intensive, but it sure builds strength. Your upbringing certainly sets you in good stead to become a capable sword fighter. When I was little, I just helped out my mom. As I got older and was able to do more things, I used the time between soul guard training to lend a hand around the village. I carry stuff for people, chop firewood, get the fishing tackle ready. Anything spared me from my master's rambling lectures. You're a man of many talents, Val. I imagine you could easily complete any task if you just set your mind to it. That couldn't be further from the truth. I never really took to raising our livestock. The animals would always get angry at me, or run away when I got near them. Which is a shame because I actually like tending to the animals. Maybe I put a bit more effort into it. I see. Val, you are the very picture of the alm of light. Humble, pure of heart, ever positive. I wouldn't go that far, Aish. There's a lot I could still do better at. Like having a bit more pride in yourself. Now then, I think I have just the book for you. Let's see. Ah, here it is. I hope you like it.
Whoa.
The animal whisperer. What they're actually thinking. Doesn't seem too difficult either. Books with a lot of words always send me to sleep. Why this book? Why would I pursue something I have no hope of being good at? Have a flick through. You'll see why soon enough. Alright. Wait, when someone else wag their tails, it can mean they're happy? All this time I assumed it meant they were being defensive. Hey, if you hadn't shown me this book, I never would have learned this. Wisdom changes the way one looks at the world. If you ever feel down because something didn't go your way, I want you to remember this book and the feeling it gave you. Why are you acting all nice today, Aish? Flatter me as much as you like, but a book is all you're getting. And where's the next one? You know, fuck it. I'm just gonna fast over that meridian.
There is much about the world that I do not yet know.
What was your childhood like, Morley? I must admit, out of everyone in the Alm convoy, I had practically a hard time picturing yours. And what's that supposed to... You know what? I don't think I'll ask. Anyway, as a boy, I was troublesome, I suppose you could say. I loved to run outside and play just like any other child. But I was also rather sickly. My mother was constantly worrying about me. I aspired to become a hired blade, just like my birth father, which meant I often ran headlong into risky situations. Even I admit I was a bit of a wild child.
Curious.
Sounds like you had a fairly typical childhood, Morley. At least compared to mine. What do you mean? I was a precious child compared to my peers, which gave my parents considerable headaches. My personality back then wasn't much different than it is present. I see. I suppose growing up as a child who's extremely mature for their age presents its own difficulties. Yes, but enough about me. You certainly appear to be hale and healthy now, Morley. Once I started training to become a swordsman, I grew more resilient. I'm thankful my father introduced me to Melpa, my teacher. He's a strict master, but supportive. That's about it, really. Look at us sharing stories about how we were as kids. Truthfully, I never imagined we'd open up to each other like this. Trust me, the feeling is mutual. It was most fascinating to speak with you. Now, please excuse me while I go select a book for you. I only mentioned my early years, though. Will that be enough? By analyzing what you told me of your past and cross-referencing it to what I know of you in the present, a suggestion will naturally reveal itself to me. How about this one? Time, place, occasion. How to dress for success. Is this a book about fashion? It's an unexpected choice, I must say. I can tell you pay close attention to your attire. You may not realize it, but your outward appearance is a reflection of your ideals and acceptance for yourself. You'll also find it also has a substantial section on how merchants should carry themselves. You could use it to teach Nicola a thing or two. I think he's doing just fine as is. Thanks. But you do have a point. I see myself putting this knowledge to use. Thanks, Aish. I'll be sure to read it. This is only one of 20 volumes, so I suggest you get started soon.
What?
What in God's name did you recommend to me? Was it really necessary to recommend that much to him? Okay. This is the one. Oh my god. Fuck you. Why can't they? Oh, the good news is we have two, but no, still, seriously, fuck you. You should have just.
This trick of teleportation is truly terrific.
You should just let us use all the. You should just let us use the ones from. It should have been in order. Like, give me them in order from top or bottom to the top, so I don't have to run around all over the places. 'Cause that was not there before. I'm not fucking losing my mind, am I?
Stand clear.
Curious.
As for you, Palmina, well, I don't really have all that much to ask you. That is scarcely a surprise. Our friendship spans many years, and I have lodged in La Grazzo often. La Grazzo welcomes any individual on a quest for knowledge, and to the majority of the scholars here, social standings and prestige hold little sway. La Grazzo must have served as a place for respite for you, Palmina. Certainly it did. This base is one of the scholarships and studiousness. I was able to forget my status and my background and focus fully on the acquisition of knowledge. The person in your station shoulders a burden that others couldn't begin to comprehend. Right so well that most people were never even aware. You've been like that ever since we met, Palmina. I, however, could tell something was amiss. You would visit the Isle Incognito, countless worries weighing on your mind and bearing them all by yourself. I did not know you had noticed. I am a tad ashamed that it was all so apparent. Leading a country and uniting its people are difficult tasks. A quick glance at any history book will teach you that. There's no reason to feel ashamed for being human, Palmina. In hindsight, I can see that I could have done more to provide you with support. That sentiment is appreciated, but I cannot agree. You and the scribes treat me as your equal, and I could not expect more. There was all the support you needed to show me. I'm relieved to hear, Palmina, but I do hope you'll avoid keeping your emotions so bottled up in the future. Your companions worry about you as I do. I will strive to do so. Especially Morley. You won't want to upset him, would you?
Well...
Morley? Why do you mention him? Goodness gracious me. You can't both be this clueless. I thought I was this socially inept one. Oh my god. He even knows that they like each other. I am afraid I failed to follow. Have I done something untowed? No, nothing of the sort, Palmina. Here, this is the book I'd like to recommend to you. Alexandrite? But this is the complete collection. I never expected a tome spire to have such a rarity tucked away. The series portrays the hidden past of the jewel thief, but it is out of print. On countless occasions have I cried myself to sleep longing to get my hands on it. Girl? Yeah, she knows her way around a good book, I suppose. Good to see your love for the characters as fervent as always. I picked it because I knew you were dying to read it, but there's another reason. I want you to unwind, Palomina. Read your favorite series, relax your mind, and you will gain the power to face your innermost emotions. The fearlessness to come face to face with my feelings is what I am lacking. Of course. Thank you, Master Aish. I will make the most of this learning opportunity. Oh dear. The excitement has only made her more tense. I feel my plan has backfired. And last but... Oh my god, are you... Okay. That's fine.
There's much about the world
It's
that
by
I
a
do not yet
meridian.
know.
That's fine. It's still fucking dumb that they couldn't all be like, hey, here they are, like, in order. You need to be so on edge, Jule. I just want to have a little chat with you. That's what you always say. And then you start grinning like some creepy mad scientist. So can you suggest a book and get over with? Before I get to that, could you tell me a bit more about yourself? You need only answer a few simple questions. Fine. According to what's scarce material we have on Sproutlings, your kind spend their entire lives sleeping, save for a single custodian who always stays awake to water the others. Is that correct? Yep, I'm an exception though. Typically one of the sleeping Sproutlings is selected to be the Alm, but this time the honor went to me, even though I was already awake. Normally after the Alm is selected, the next custodian wakes up while the rest stay asleep. So that would mean that you've been awake for a little less than 4 years now. I'm curious, what do you do to pass the time in such isolation? Well, when I'm not watering all my friends, I spend the rest of my time composing songs, wood carving, daydreaming. All solitary activities would seem. Do you not feel lonely? Nope. My friends may all be sleeping, but we're all connected. I don't think Sproutlings even understand what loneliness is. So my hypothesis was correct, it seems. The Sproutling worldview is one entirely different from ours. Curiouser and curiouser. I'd love to explore this point further, but I'm afraid it'll have to wait. Focus today is picking out a book for you. Could you hurry it up? There's no sunshine here in Lagrazzo, and the air is too muggy for me. I'd rather be someplace brighter. Do you believe that Sproutlings could ever thrive in an environment such as Lagrazzo? I mean, I don't know why not, but for me, a gloomy haunt like this isn't really my speed, you know? Oh, interesting. So location with ample sunlight would be the best way to keep you here. This observation will prove most useful in the future. Hold it, buddy. Just what are you trying to pull? That's for me to know and you to find out. Now, where were we? Ah, your book, Jule. Let me see. The joy of wood carving. Objects as vessels of emotion? I'm not sure this is at my reading level. It is a discipline you're familiar with, is it not? Many people use the arts to channel and express their emotions. Well, maybe it could teach me how humans use objects to express emotions. I don't totally understand, like loneliness. The book seems to have sparked some interest in our emotions. I hope it gives you greater insight into our hearts and minds. Perhaps you can take what you learn about us and use that knowledge to teach about Sprouting ideas and philosophy. Yeah, well, no promises. I've got pretty high expectations of this book, you know. I might not even like it. Is that so? Well, not to worry. If this fails, I'll just have to come up with a more convincing approach next time. Would you quit it, H? You're really starting to scare me. Goodness, I can literally just fast travel.
You can be at ease here.
Should we have gone to the? You know what? It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out as we go. Hold on. What? I guess maybe I should have just gone to the... Maybe I should have just gone... Maybe I had to go to the front. Or maybe I...
Where to next?
Look, whatever. We'll figure it out. Did I have to go inside? Yeah, I had to go inside the place. God damn it.
Let's use the meridian to travel.
Thank you all for keeping me company today. I managed to get my hands on the manuscript I was looking for, as well as there are many new facts about you. Val, please take this as a token of my gratitude. Thanks, Aish. I'll put it to good use. So, Aish, what were you looking for within the Tome Spire anyway? I didn't see you pick anything up. It's the ones he's got him behind him. What is it? Come on, spill. Karina, cease this. You mustn't snatch. Oh, communications for dummies. Just when I thought I was in the clear. Why do you even need this, Aish? You seem pretty confident speaking to all of us. Exactly. I wouldn't say communication is the issue. It's getting you to stop. What brought this on? It's not a matter of confidence. It's that what you're implying. Rather, I sometimes struggle to draw a boundary between conversing with someone and talking at them. If my interlocutory skills were better, I wouldn't have had to resort to prying information from you so awkwardly like I did today. It's the book. You do take the strangest things too seriously by far. Master Aish, I think you may be misunderstanding something. The first factor is effective communication is not sublimely speaking skill, but the ability to listen. And you have already acquired it. We have never been able to open up to you as much as we are able to in the Tome Spire today. I thought something was different about you. And all it was you giving us a chance to speak and taking a chance to listen. Well, this is embarrassing. I wasn't even aware I was doing it. I suppose this means you have a natural talent for listening, huh? At least you know where you should be focusing your efforts from now on. That doesn't sound like a bad idea, actually. It might even work out in our favor. Morally. Thank you, my friends. I was not expecting to be schooled by you in this subject. Something about the way you say that irritates me.
As you wish.
Now that that's out of the way, allow me to pick up where our last conversation ended, Jule. If you could tell me more in detail what you meant by... That's enough for today, don't you think, Aish? I've got a very important book to read, remember? He isn't capable of leaving things on positive... Is he incapable of leaving things on positive note? I mean, it's Aish. What were you expecting?
Perfect.
Master Aish is still much to learn, but I'll suspend judgment until I see how much he matures.
Helping out people in need can be so rewarding.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like there's any quest here. I don't even know if I get a trophy for doing all the quests, but I also just want to do all the quests because why not? There we go. Here's the last Lagrazzo quest. Hey, how goes things? Situation like this calls for a swift and decisive solution. I propose we obey its words and see where they lead us. As always, your focus on the result at the expense of the process. I say we continue to gather information until we are better able to predict the outcome. Let's just put it back where we found it and forget any of this ever happened. Our time and resources would be better expended on more fruitful endeavors. I'll never reach a conclusion at this rate. Master Aish, what is all this arguing about?
My.
Oh, hello everyone. I didn't notice you come in. Allow me to explain why we're at loggerheads. You see, we discovered a strange book in one of the depositories of the other day. A grimoire penned by one Born the Mystic. It would seem we need a number of keys in order to open it and read its content, but that isn't the only thing that's strange about it. What else could be so bizarre about this book? Shh, quiet. You have to listen very closely. Dura, Rhyme, Temple, Keys, Dura, Rhyme, Temple, Keys, Dura, Rhyme, Temple, Keys. A talking book! The other scribes and I believe that is whispering the locations of the keys needed to locate it. We're all aware that this could be a trap. As such, we're currently debating our next step. Try to find the keys, gather more information, or put the book back. What do you think is the best course of action, Ish? Naturally, my scholarly inquisitiveness urges me to search for the keys so we can crack it open and see what mysteries lie hidden in its pages. However, as head curator of the archives, I am responsible for the safety of all the scribes here. Cannot risk putting any of them in harm's way. Well, even if you put it back where you found it, you'll still have a creepy talking book lying around the place. Sounds risky to me. Well, why don't we go look for the keys? We'll stick around when the book's open, and if anything jumps out, we'll take care of it. A splendid strategy. I fear Master H would very well attempt to acquire the keys himself otherwise. Oh, Palomina, you read me like an open book. Scribes, what are your thoughts? I have no objections. It would be reassuring to have the Soul Guard on hand to deal with any danger. I am less sure. They are the Alms, if any harm were to befall them. You worry too much. Besides, you're implying that the Soul Guard lacks the ability to handle this matter. It's a little offensive, don't you think? The scribes are 2-1 in favor of finding the keys. It's unanimous. Val, I leave you to follow the book's clues. The words are incomplete, but I believe the book is speaking the names of the following 3 locations: Dura Gorge, Remy Falls, and the Temple of Wendell. Great, gotta go back to fucking Temple of Wendell. Well, actually, Temple of Wendell isn't bad. I fucking hate the Sanctuary of the Wind or whatever that place is called. Judging from the circular description of the book's cover, it's reasonable to assume that the keys in question are actually 3 segments of a single round table. There are one more things I'd like your assistance with while you search for the keys. Val, may I ask you to collect some soil samples for me while you're out? One sample per location, if you'd be so kind. Soil? Sure. I just need to put a little bit into this files, right? Sounds easy enough. Then I leave the key and soil collection to your capable hands. Okay then. We got that underway. Let's go to... God, this might actually end up being another side quest part. I thought for sure we'd be done with all the side quests, but... Well, not done, but you know what I mean. Maybe I should have just done all these side quests in the previous part too. That's a lot, though. Well, it's not a lot of side quests. It's just more so a lot to add on to the side quests that we've already had. Out of pure curiosity, let me go to the Sanctuary entrance because there was a side quest here. So maybe... Yep, there's a side quest now. It's probably because I did this story update. Maybe I should have done this first and then I could have done all these other quests. Coda! Alms, what brings you here? Nothing much. We just wanted to see how you were holding up. You were wondering, though. You're cooped up here, gone in the sanctuary all by yourself, right? Don't you ever get bored? Boredom? I can't say I feel it often. The Alm Convoy comes every 4 years, and I have Trent and Vadis nearby. There's plenty to keep me occupied. And do any of them keep you updated about what's going on in the outside world? No, never. I hardly see the need. I only have to know whatever is relevant to my post as the Sanctuary's guardian. You're not the least bit curious about how the world has changed since you've been here. Did you want to know your hometown is faring? My hometown? Last time I lived there was so long ago it was not even called Tiania. Wow, really? I had no idea the village ever had a different name. And why would you? It's quite literally ancient history. I have witnessed the comings and going of countless alms of fire since then. Yet my heart never longed for my homeland until the moment you first came here, Val. I wonder why you, out of all the soul guards I have met, would have that effect on me. Once you left the sanctuary, I started to ponder. Does my friend's bloodline continue to this day? Are the people of my homeland living well? All fruitless things to ponder, of course, but ponder them I did. Oh, Coda. Perhaps we should show you the sort of lives that are led by the modern-day denizens of Tiania. I must admit I'm curious to know how much of my life has changed. What would you suggest I do to learn about these things? If you ask me, there's no better way to discover a different culture than through food. Examining the everyday items of Tiania would be a terrific way to tap into current trends. And I think traditional crafts would be helpful. There are a lot of history and cultures to be found there. Food, everyday items, and artisan crafts. All good places to start. Sounds good to me. Coda, do you want us to bring the stuff we find back to you? I would not wish to burden you. It would be my pleasure. I want you to know how your homeland, our homeland, has changed. Then I will gladly take you up on that offer. Shall I wait here until you bring back the articles? Yep. You just hang tight, Coda. Everyone else, next up, Tiania. You'll be blown away by all the cool stuff we're gonna bring back. Thank you. I will await your return. Can he even eat the stuff? Well, I might as well check Illistana then too, because that's also where the one other quest is. And once I check that out, then I'll have everything needed. Then all the side quests will be done. So this might actually will end up being another side quest heavy episode. Not in, well, maybe it's in Morley's shop. Let's check that first. I didn't mean Morley's shop. I meant Nicola's shop. Also, I went to the wrong spot, but that's fine. Just want to be sure. So let's check Nicola's Emporium. I mean, if it's not there, I guess I could check the palace. Or maybe it's something that only pops up after I do all the other side quests, because if that's the case, that kind of sucks. Does not look like anything's in here, so... Off to the palace we go. Okay, that was loud.
Where to next?
Made my heart skip a beat. Holy shit. Because I'm recording this late into the night. So, yeah. Well, I say late into the night. It's like 10:30. I mean, it's still late, but... Does not look like it's here, so... Well, let's do the other things first. Alright, I guess we can go to... Actually, hold on. Before we do that, let's actually grab all the shit that we need up here, because we are missing a few things here. Grab all the stuff that we need here.
May the items and let us avail ourselves of this acquisition.
Potato oil or poto.
I have gathered some grizzly syrup. Might we exchange these elsewhere?
Almost. Oh, right. Was that an item I need to
I
sell?
will treasure this.
Oh. Oh, are we not done yet? Will we not be done? Oh, shit. Maybe we won't be done at the end here. Maybe there's way more left than I thought. Well, well, well. Isn't that interesting? That is very interesting. So maybe I'll do some of these side quests. And then we'll come back to do these.
There is much about
So
the
I
world
guess
that
there's
I do
even
not
more
yet
to
know.
this. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, that was the peon thing I need to sell. You know what? I will remember that. And I will sell it before we come back here. Alright, let's go to what we gotta do for these now. But the good news is also, yeah.
Hear us. Has time
It is
slowed
crazy
to a
then that I'm
trickle?
able to do. It's crazy that I'm able to do all these side quests then, besides one of them. Could this be one of the keys up for that ghastly grimoire? The shape of it is similar to that which H explained to us. The circle split into 3 equal portions, right? There's no doubt about it. I see this one's green. I got the key. Now we need to collect the soil sample. We're going to have to dig down through the snow first, though. Oh, so this is cold. White powdery stuff is called snow, huh? You never seen snow before, Julie? Nope. It never snows back in the borough, but I've heard about it. Let me tell you, snow is way colder than I expected. I can't feel my fingers. I tried separating the soil out. Can't we just shove the snow in with it? My hands are getting numb. But Ash asked us for soil. Would he get upset if we bring him back snow? It's just a little bit of frozen water in his dirt. No harm done. Behold, the soil's slushy. It's like the snow and soil have soiled together. It's actually kind of pretty. I expect it will melt before we make it back to Master Aish. Let us be sure to inform him as the state of the soil prior to presenting him with it. We should also tell him that Julie hates cold temperatures. He'll love to hear that. No, please, have mercy. Once he starts questioning me about sproutlings, I'll never hear the end of it. Okay, on to the next one, which is right here. Guess we should probably, yeah, we might as well just keep going forward, 'cause that's the case. And then we'll go back to Gudra, so that we can hand in that quest or continue on that quest, because who knows if it's actually over or not. So there's that.
Assist us. I cannot believe that I am buoyant on the breeze.
Could I just grab... No, okay. I was like, could I have just gotten on the Meridian? Does not look to be the case. Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Has to be here, cause. Are you? Oh my god, fuck you. It's right there. Hey, look at this weird thing I found. It's bright red. And judging by the shape, it could be one of the keys for Aisha's book. Let's take it with us. Let's not forget the soil stamp of Master Aisha requested it we retrieve. How do I know how much soil is enough? Should I just fill the vial all the way to the top? Oh, check out this bone on the ground. Cool, isn't it? Hey, Val, let's put this in with the soil. I'm pretty sure H didn't ask for anything like that. Come on, he's going in the soil we asked for. Plus an extra surprise. Just tell him it's a souvenir. I found a bone too. Can we put it in? Oh, that one's really cool, Karina. In it goes. We'll have to warn Master H for the bones before he opens the bottle. Indeed.
I got this.
Guess it's my turn.
I love how all the characters, do that differently. And this is kind of cool. I should change the party up too a little bit. Just cause, would be a little nice. Okay, let us check out, or let's hand in the last, let's hand in this quest here. So it looks like it's a continuation, not finale, which is, I guess, fine if it leads us back to La Grazia. Then I'll head back there too after I do the things. Oh yeah, y'all. So how'd it go? Any news about Higley? Well, she was in La Grazia, all right. She's a scribe now. Got to talking, but it didn't quite pan out how you'd hope. Yeah, so she's no intention of coming back. Not sure what else I expected. She hit the village and left for greener pastures. Said so herself. Sure was selfish of me to ask her to return. I suppose I have to accept it. This is the hand of fate that dealt Gudra. I'll wager Higley's feeling pretty vindicated right about now. The very thing she hated about Gudra is what came to bite us all in the behind. What's going on? Is it monsters? Yeah, I'm sure I heard something that sounded like a scream just now. Trust me, I've got good ears. I reckon it came from the Zalhawk Desert. There was desperation in that cry, so it must be under attack by a swarm of monsters. We'll go check it out. Why don't you stay in the village where it's safe? I will, Val. Thank you. Best be careful now, you hear? I wonder who that could be. That came to the desert. Who would be coming to the desert and screaming for help? Certainly not the person we just went to talk to in La Grazia. No, not at all. Well, would you look at that? I'm too scared to stand. Higley, try to hang in there. Great, I should have known we'd be no match for a rabid swarm of monsters. Sure, is that you? And Higley's here. Oh, are you a sight for sore eyes? Did you come here to save us? Thank you. I'll look after Higley. Please defeat the monsters.
If they're insistent on instigating the battle, then let us honor their invitation.
I'm a work of getting started.
That's no fun. Okay.
Just getting started.
This power. One rival remains. Okay.
I was really worried there for a moment. Thanks for coming to our rescue. Will you be headed to Gudra after this, by any chance? We're actually here to discuss something with Watts, you see. I was hoping you'd join us. Sure, we can do that. Why don't we escort you back to the village then? Appreciate the offer, but I think Higley's still in shock from the ambush just now. We'll stay here a little while and collect ourselves. It's nothing serious. I'll be back on my feet soon. If you say so, I guess we'll be heading back to Gudra now. We'll see you there. I'll bring Higley over as soon as she's feeling better.
I got this.
There is like a little bit of a fear. Not really a fear, but there's like, again, the whole prospect of me having to, like, I don't even want to buy any of the items at the shop just for fear of, like, in the areas we go to, it'll be like, oh, well, there's the thing.
Let's plan our
Like,
next move.
there's that armor that you bought. You would have gotten it for free, so that's why I probably won't buy any armor stuff like that for a while. You're safe. From the looks of your faces, I take it you took down a pack of mean old desert monsters. You all deserve something for all that you've done for me. You all must be exhausted from that running around. Take this. Tell me, was anybody hurt in this kerfuffle? Hello, everyone. Sorry for late, and thanks again for saving us back at the desert. Who might you be, Sonny? I am the scribe that these fine people just saved from the monster attack of the Sohak Desert. I was informed of the situation in Gudra and traveled here from Legrazzo to assist in the restoration of the village. I would be most honored if you would accept my offer to help you. What? Well, I gave it a try. I suppose because I was born of a different earth, Gudra won't accept me. Oh no, you got me all wrong. I was too overcome with emotion to speak. I don't expect anybody would want to help a little old Gudra. I couldn't have asked for better news. Oh, mother bless you. Oh there. I wasn't expecting you to turn out on the waterworks for me. I guess this means the long trip was worth it. Higley, how does it feel to be back? Still hate your homeland? Higley? I never hated my homeland, only the way of thinking. Uncle Watts, it's been a while. Higley, is it really you? Have you actually come back to Guju? Guju? Why do I keep saying Gudra? It's me, alright. Came here to see something. Need to see if you would accept Joha's offer to help or reject him just because he was different from us. But I have to ask anyway. Uncle Watts, why did you agree to let him help? As you know too well, the people of Guju, me included, have always treated outsiders with a healthy pinch of suspicion. But I've learned that no good will ever come from clipping to those old beliefs. Cleaning. That's why I didn't turn down Joha's help. It's what Guju needs most right now. You really changed for the better, Uncle Watts. Maybe it's time I come back home after all. I think I want to help rebuild Guju too. Put everything I learned in my time in Legrazzo to good use here. Oh, Higley, you're welcome back here anytime. Your friend too, of course. Oh, come on, Uncle Watts. Don't cry. Well, it looks like we got a lot of work to do. If you set our minds to it, not only will we rebuild Guju, we'll make it more glorious than ever.
Helping out people in need can be so rewarding.
Thanks for the oil. Now I'm out of here. Gotta head to, gotta get that final piece of that book. Is that the only thing that we have left to do in terms of side quests? If it is, I might do the next story bit then too. Well, let's see here first. Did I have any other side quests? I don't think so. I think all the other... Oh, right, I have the Tiania side quest to do for, yeah, Vicarious Tourism. I need to grab all that stuff, too. The Mortal Dawnblade, don't I already have that? Isn't that what I currently have equipped already? Oh, no, that's the Mortal Broadlight. So, yeah, we'll... Ow, that's bringing me here. We'll do that one then, too, once we're done. Okay, well, the good news is it's kind of close to here. It still sucks. That's a ways forward, but... And I can't summon in here, but that's fine. I can easily just fast travel out of here once we get there, so... No harm, no foul. And we might as well go do Tiania's stuff once we're done, too.
You're mine! Let's keep moving.
Am I not, like, just looking at how much I've already been recording for this part? It's not that long of a part.
Looks like we've been teleported.
I mean, I do have to cut some things out because I had a couple of phone calls in here. But outside of that, there really wasn't much in here, so I could easily just, you know, do that.
I could do this in my sleep. When I go all out, it's curtains for him.
Almost there. Yeah, I probably won't cut anything now, which is nice. I mean, I'm only a little over an hour, but that's not even cutting out the stuff that I said I had to cut out. Which, granted, to be fair, one phone call wasn't that long. Well, they technically weren't that. Both phone calls weren't that long. I'd say they were probably at most 5 minutes for one of them. So there's that. Oh, I thought it was literally like, oh, well, it is right here. Look at this curious blue thing. It is rather strange shape. That could be one of the keys for the book. Let's take it with us. All right, we should gather soil next. What soil would that be? We're facing a definite dilemma. It would be too strenuous to strike the floor slaves across the soil beneath. Maybe we could collect some of those little rocks instead, rather than going back empty-handed. They appear to be fragments of the flagstone on the floor. I will wager it would be worth a try. Regrettably, the rocks do not fit inside the receptacle. I think I can make them smaller. Stand back. Here goes nothing. Yeah! Bravo, pal. These smaller stones should slide inside the vessel, no issue. Yeah, we could have just taken any chunk of rock back with us. Oops, sorry. Guess I just like smashing stuff. Don't worry, Val. I'm sure Aish will be glad to hear how excited you were to help him out with his research. Okay, I saw like a weird black line by the words there, but I'm just assuming that's also the wrong button. That was just like the dialogue box, even though it wasn't a full text box, you know. It's just a little bit like, oh, hey, here's like, you know, the flagpole and then the flag on top to like give us a little corner thing. All right, let's go do Tiania's stuff. We'll grab the stuff at Tiania, head back to Lagrazzo, finish that up, and then finish the one for and then we'll go to Coda for him. Though I am curious if that will be the end of it just by doing that stuff. My guess is probably not, but... Probably was a good thing that we probably had to do remembering Hina quest before we could even got that quest. Marcelo? Marcelo? Oh, that won't work. Marcelo, anyone home? You're here. Maybe if I do it like this? Tiania to Marcelo. Oh, hello there, Julie. And Val, too. It's lovely to see you both. You were lost in your own little world there, Marcelo. I was shouting your name. Sorry about that. I try to get in the zone when I'm working. Now, to what do I owe the pleasure? Gonna talk about Hina again? Not this time. We're looking for some traditional Tiania crafts, actually. And you're a potter, Marcelo. Made anything good lately? Indeed I have. Many things, actually. Before I can recommend something, you need to get an idea of what you're looking for. A friend of ours is originally from Tiania, but it's a little difficult for him to return to the village. We want to give him something that'll remind him of home. I understand. Now let me see. Ah, yes. Here, take this. Volcano Ash Pottery. Are you sure, Marcelo? This is a beautiful piece. You really want to give it away? It's yours, if your friend doesn't mind. It was made by some no-name artisan, that is. I'm sure he'll be delighted to know it was made by Hina's pottery teacher. Thank you, Marcelo. Julie, thank you. You're not just some no-name artisan, by the way. Tell merchants travel to Tiania just by your clayware? That's something to be proud of, Marcelo. Thank you too, Val. Your pottery has an interesting finish to it. How did you achieve this? Well, it's made using the ash from Dorfer. That's what gives it the smooth texture you can feel. But the key is getting the right temperature when it's fired. That's the knowledge that separates our average potter from an expert. Pottery is a deep and complex art. I'm into wood carving myself, so I understand the principle. Thank you for your help, Marcelo. We'll be careful on the journey back. Won't want to break this. Yeah, if it gets a crack in it, come see me and I'll find you another. Everything breaks eventually because nothing that has shape is permanent. But when that happens, all we need to do is build something in its place. Excuse me. Where am I gonna find it? Oh, there it is. Weird. Okay, that one's not showing up on the map, oddly enough, but that's fine. Hey there, Ruben. Well, look, stop by. Val, Morley, how have you been? We're looking around for some everyday items people use in Tiania. They're a present for somebody we know. What, like household items? If you got unique taste in picking out presents, I'll give you that. Ruben, what's an item that you can only find here in Tiania? Anything related to our works with the furnace, I suppose. I doubt you'd find anything like that outside of the village. Ah, so those fire pits in the ground are your furnaces. I must say, I don't think I've ever seen anything like them elsewhere. I bet not. We'll often cite them as a virtual resource for us in the fire village. Now needs a special tool to scoop it out. You mean the scoop? They're made so you don't burn your hands. Metal scoops like these are uncommon. Outside the fire village, they're typically made out of wood. A Tiania scoop would certainly make for a unique item. I guess it's decided then. I wonder where we can find our hands on one. Why don't you take this? You can even have it for free. Tiania Iron Scoop. Thought you need it, Ruben? Smiths go through scoops like there's no tomorrow, so I've always got plenty spare. I think you'll be very impressed with the quality. That handle won't get hot on you. It's a little on the heavy side. Bet you could tell it's very well made. Of course it is. I made it. No way. Why'd you start making things like this? Come on, it's part of my training. This is just a toy compared to what my pops can create. I'd dig out a better one if you'd like. No, this is perfect. It's a bit weighty, but it's built to last. Crafted with the user's safety in mind. But more importantly, I get to say with pride that my friend made it. Thank you for the scoop, Reuben. It's a fine piece of craftsmanship. Alright already. It's just a scoop, not a work of art. Anyway, just holler at me if you need anything else, okay? Holla! If you hear me! Big Papa Pump! Oh, hello. Hey, Ellery. Hey, it's Val and Karina. And who's this nice lady? I don't think we've met before. My name's Ellie. By the way, it is an honor to make your acquaintance. My name is Palomina. How come you're here in Tiania, Val? Did you leave something behind? Not exactly. I'm actually on the lookout for a few things. I am trying to find handcrafts, foods, and some everyday items. But the stock must be stuff you can only find in Tiania. Wow, that's one wish list, huh? But if it's food you're after, you can't go wrong with a lava bun. They're piping hot, just like the temperature here. And when you bite into them, the filling comes oozing out. That's the best part. Sounds like they'll scald the inside of your mouth. You guys build up resistance to the heat or something? Well, how about magma melts? They all stay warm, no matter how much time passes. As long as you nibble them, you won't burn yourself. Fire is fond in all facets of Tiania life, even its food. Oh, he's not joking, you know. It really will stay hot until we get back to Coda. Oh, is this a gift for someone? Yeah, I guess he's from Tiania. He hasn't been back in a while, so we want to get him something that reminds him of home. Some traditional treats would be just the ticket. In that case, take this. They're hot though, so hand them with care. Tastes toasty indeed. This appears to be an array of lava buns and magma melts. Ellery, are you allowed to supply us with such a substantial selection? Of course, Palomina. They're our village's most famous foods. My dad says people have been making them in Tiania since forever. Traditional sweets arrangement. The most optional option to offer Dakota, I expect. Thank you very much for your generosity, Ellery. Thanks, Ellie. Well, I'm sure our friend will love them. I hope they put a smile on his face. Okay, let's see what we've got. There's the assortment of lava buns and magma melts, the melt scoop, and some beautiful pottery. All quintessential Tiania items, I'd say. I think we have a good selection of gifts here. Seeing all the articles assembled, it is easily ascertained that the Tianian residents have a close relationship with Dolphur Volcano. Come on, let's get back to Coda before those magma melts really do go cold. Well, he's gonna have to wait. Go to the archives. Maybe I should have saved first, just in case there was a fight. Ah, well. Thanks, we're back. Any new developments with the book? Good to see you back. The book, as you can no doubt see, continues to mutter away. Well, were you able to retrieve the keys? And what of the solar samples? You got everything you asked for. 3 keys of different colors and 3 solar samples. I really have to show 6 of these things. This is greatly appreciated, Val. The 3 keys should fit snugly into the cavity of the book. As for the soil samples, would you mind explaining exactly what happened here? Uh-oh. Perhaps you got a little too proactive there. From what I can tell, the soil from Dura Gorge contains specimens of Ars ancient bone. Cannot wait to analyze them. See, I knew you'd be fine with it. In fact, I've half a mind to forget about the blabbering book and head to my lab to examine these samples immediately. Ish, focus on the problem at hand, please. Next, a sample from Rim Falls. And also there's a clear liquid inside. Did some snow happen to get inside the vessel? Yeah, it did. How can you tell? You can blame Jule for that. He was complaining about how his fingers were about to freeze off, so he started stuffing snow and soil in all there together. Karina, you little tattletale. When they were first mixed up, the snow and the soil mixed looking really pretty together. Before it all melted, that is. We were hoping to show it to you. I see. It's a shame that the snow melted and ruined your masterpiece, Jule. And as for the one from Wendell, this doesn't appear to contain any soil at all, but rather finely crushed pieces of rock. Well, there was no soil to be found in Wendell, so we retrieved a rock sample as recompense. You know, I'm pretty sure there probably was soil somewhere inside that cave-like structure. We didn't need to get a soil sample right from the place, right? Val pulverized some sizable stones into tiny pieces that could be placed inside the receptacle. Yeah, I might have gotten a little carried away. Not at all. In fact, you have gone above and beyond. I'm glad to hear you share the same level of enthusiasm for scientific research as I. What are you planning to do with those samples, Aish? I'd like to keep that a secret if you don't mind. Ideally, I won't have to use them for anything, but we will see. Anyway, I have digressed enough. Let's open the book now. What exoteric knowledge could Born the Mystic have left behind in this mysterious grimoire? But first, I propose we relocate to the Assangian Tome Spire. Should things take a sour turn, it would give us ample space to deal with any incidents. As always, Tome Spire is a rift with monsters, so allow me to fight alongside you. It's been a while since you last joined us in battle. Alright everyone, to the Pasagian Tome Spire. I guess it kind of all depends on like how much of the story is left, but it really feels odd that they give you majority of all the side quests like right, like you can do it from the start to all the way to here at this moment. So unless there literally is like only 1 or 2 areas left. I will now open the book. Are you ready? It's so bright. What's going on? Phew. Thanks for getting me out of that book. The place was cramped. Who in the world? It's a small humanoid. A Shadow Zero, perhaps? Ha! If you think I'm just some run-of-the-mill monster, then you'd be mistaken. My name's Born the Mystic. Don't worry it out now. A Shadow Zero that goes by the name Born the Mystic. My knowledge serves. I believe that would make you an entity born of Born's hatred and malice. Oh, look, we got Smarty Pants over here. But you got in one. I'm the shadow cast by Born's hatred from when he was still alive. He was a pathetic specimen, weak and scrawny, but boy does his enmity run deep. It was more than potent enough to manifest into what you see now. Me. Big talk for something so small. Kinda gets on my nerves. Yes, well, I suggest we prepare ourselves for battle. Shadow Zeros are the manifestation of humans' ill will, though I have no idea what filled Born the Mystic with enough hatred to produce one. There's no mistake that this malignant monster is anything but malevolent. It must be mollified. Let's give it a try, eh? What do you want to have? What, you want to have at it? Fine by me. I hated every single one of you from the moment we met. Curse you, Silgard. Curse you, Alms. You'll pay for the anguish you've caused me. Brace yourselves, everyone. I think it has a grudge against Alms. Gonna nip this in the bud. Well, that was easy. Did we beat it? Not a chance. I ain't just gonna disappear like this. I've gotta get my revenge. We defeated the Shadow Zero, but it looks like Born's anger is still lingering within the grimoire. Should we close the lock on the book? Don't think this would stop speaking, though. If you want to try locking the grimoire back up, be my guest. But another Shadow Zero will be materialized someday. We can be a pretty patient bunch. I figured it would come to this. It would be a downright shame to close a magical grimoire such as this, denying its pages light of day forevermore. Which is why I have formulated a plan that will address this. Come, we must return to the Grotto. Plan? I wonder what it could be. That summarizes the events that transpired in the Tome Spire. We defeated the entity that haunted the book, but we're not in the clear just yet. Did any of you discover anything about Born while I was at the Tome Spire? Yes, we located a document he asked us to find. It explains that Born the Mystic once traveled the lands, testing his wicked sorcery on humans and monsters alike. Till one day he crossed paths with the Alms convoy on their pilgrimage. Seems there was an altercation of some sort. The Born was slain by the Soul Guard. That would explain its grudges against Soul Guards. In its final moments, he mustered up what little strength he had left. Same monsters scattered the keys to the grimoire across the world, despite too desperate to ensure he would be the last one to know its spells. His hatred transferred to the book, where it eventually manifested as a Shadow Zero. He whispered the locations of the keys in the hopes that someone would find them and release them. How dare he use the scribe's innate inquisitiveness for his own devious designs? So what do we do now, Aish? Born's mouse still resides within the book. Remember the other errand I asked of you? Hey, ask the soil we collected. According to my research, Born was a Gaian. As you know, Gaians love the earth and share a natural connection with it. His love for the soil and rocks was matched only by his desire to become an alm of earth. Everyone who knew Born was convinced that no one would choose him. Alas, the honor went to another. Born fell into the pits of despair. Once he left his village behind, his descent to corruption began. I found a document in the archives in which a Guju resident bemoans Born's departure. That's where I learned how to save him. Oh, interesting. What's in this file? What's this file for? Is that soil inside? Hey, is this soil from Dura Gorge? The place is a merciless wasteland where organisms fight to survive. Life force has spread into the earth there. Can you feel it? The one there is a somber aura. I can tell it's frozen for a long time. The melted snow mixed with the earth reminds me of tears from the spirits. Hey, this one ain't got soil in it. This crushed rocks. Wait, I sense a divine force from it. Yep, this is from the Temple of Wendell. I'm right, ain't I? Why was I cooped up inside this stuffy book? I want to feel the earth beneath my feet again. See its color, smell its fragrance, feel its warmth. It's all flowing back to me. I remember what I used to love, what I used to hope for. Finally, I remember. The despair is dissipating from the grimoire. The Shadow Zero was a product of the Born's hatred, but simultaneously it also served as a nucleus for intense congealed emotions. With the monster defeated, we can use the power within the soil, which Born loved so very much, to cleanse him of the misery that had plagued him. I think that concludes this little fiasco. Yet I couldn't have done it without your help. Please accept this as my way of thanks. Oh, thank you, Aish. Shadow Zero dropped it before. So you took it without asking, and now you're gifting it to us. Thanks. This plan wouldn't have worked had you not brought the soil samples back with you. Bones, snow, and stones included. Ha! And we only put that stuff in because we thought you'd like it, Aish. Well, except for the snow. Right, Jule? Also, that ends well, I suppose. Glad the extra things came in useful. So you really did put those things in the files out of the consideration for me. How long I thought it was you not taking my request seriously. There's some truth to that. I'd even say that our camaraderie is what awakened Born to his forgotten feelings. You have taught me yet again how impactful the power of fellowship can be. I must document this experience while it's still fresh in my mind. Never would I have expected such words to come from Master Aish. Such passionate praise is worth more than any reward. Document all you want. Just remember to take a break once in a while.
Helping out people in need can be so rewarding.
Move damage. And we also got some elemental. Oh, I guess we did level up. Duh. So I'll say we got elemental points. It's because we leveled up. Move damage plus. Increase move damage by 25%. Not terrible. I mean, I will say this. These seats are very useful. And, you know, like, don't get me wrong, they are great. But trying to find, like, the perfect combination might be a little rough sometimes. Alright, let's... Well, I'm assuming this will be the end of the side quest. We'll see, I suppose. Like, I'm assuming this is going to be the end of the side quest, is when we go to the sanctuary. There's a check mark there, so returned. Brought back a whole bunch of stuff from Tiania. Can we show it to you right away? By all means. Let me kick things off. This here's a traditional Tiania clayware. Interesting. Compared to the clayware I remember, this is far more minimalistic. The porter said it was made using ash from Dorfer Volcano, and that's what creates the smooth finish. Pretty cool, isn't it? So the trend these days is for clayware that feels pleasurable to the touch, rather than pieces with elaborate decoration. The clareware in my day featured detailed artworks and delicate patterns, the beauty of which determined their value. Tianian culture is greatly affected by the adjacent volcano, and environmental changes influence the climate and the available resources, which in turn affects its aesthetics. Next we have this metal scoop. My, it is heavy. Would you use it for handling lava by any chance? Precisely. They come in a variety of lengths, but this is one to use to scoop lava from the furnace and has a longer handle than the kitchen variety. Even the angle of the bowl is different. I can see that great lengths are taken to ensure that the person handling the ladle is not harmed by the heat. The design is a great improvement over that which I remember. It is evident to me that the scoop was crafted with great consideration for the user. Well, actually, a close friend of mine made it. I'll be sure to pass on what you just said. He'll be happy to know you like it. Come to boast to your friend's mastery, see? Last but not least, we have an assortment of magma melts and lava buns. These confections are consumed exclusively in Tiania. Karina, please take care when carrying them. But they are still hot. How are they not cool on the journey over here? That's the great thing about them. They never go cold. You do have to be careful they don't burn the inside of your mouth, though. Numerous foods were served searing hot in my time, but I do not recall having any confections of this kind. Tiania cuisine has come a long way. Tell me, Val, do the people of Tiania still consume many soups and stews? Absolutely. There's a ton of different styles, too. They're simmered for a long time, right over hot lava. You know, it allows the deeper flavors to come through. I remember stews made up the majority of the dishes your mother served us when we visited. I see. I was rather fond of our stews myself. That's one thing that has stayed the same. I remember telling the goddess stories of my homeland. Hearing your tales of Tiania makes me wonder if she felt the same back then as I do now. While I'm grateful to receive such delightful foods as a gift, I'm afraid that my current form does not permit me to eat. Please, you have them. Oh, okay then. You might have weed here. It feels a bit dreary, but being with you makes it bearable. You would like me to share your company? Just because you can't eat doesn't mean you can't join us. And we'd love to hear more about you, Coda. Come on, take a seat. If you insist. Aw. I actually really like this one. Goodness, I never sampled such sizzling hot sweets before. The feeling really did go flying once I bit into it. Caught me off guard, but it was kind of funny. Good for you. I almost set fire to my tongue. You guys made such a fuss over the puns. I could hardly hear Kota as he came to the good part of his story. Guess you'll have to tell us the rest later. Are you not tired of listening to me run on about blades and sword fighting? Not in the slightest. This was a rare opportunity to hear firsthand accounts of ancient battles. Now that your bellies are full, perhaps it's time for you to return to your duty. Was this a nice change of pace for you, Kota? Shake off that boredom. Indeed. It has been ages since I last let loose like this. I'm not typically the inquisitive you see. Thank you, Alms. Please take this with you. It is a token of my appreciation for what you have done. It's not much, but I believe you will put it to good use. You really shouldn't have, Kota. But still, it's an honor to retrieve it. If you ever need anything from us, Kota, just say the word. Thank you. Our future and the fate of the world at large is best entrusted into the hands of valiant youths such as they. Would you not say so, goddess?
I'm one step closer to becoming a true soul guardian.
Guardian of the Sanctuary and Mortal Dawnblade. Can I actually like change the? Oh no, it's only the appearance of the. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense that it only changes the appearance of the weapon. But yeah. All right, what is Guardian of the Sanctuary? Raises defense by 50%, lowers attack by 30 during battle. Not good for Val. Not say it's terrible, but it's not what he would want. Okay. Unfortunately, there is nothing to save here, so let's fast... Oh, Aisha's with us now. Though I guess Aisha has been with us since we did this story, so... Alright, like I said, guys, I think that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play, God, I lost... of Visions of Mana. In the next part, guys, we will head to the bridge... Twine Bridge and do the next stuff. I don't know if that'll be the... I don't know if that will be the finale, if there'll be more after. We still have one side quest left, technically, but that must not come out until later, so who knows. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. And comment down below if you like about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know, guys, what do you think of all the side quests that we did? They're all great. I know I kind of asked this question in the previous part, but I really like the side quest that, like, actually involves a story, you know? No, I didn't want that. I wanted to do this. Let's bring Morley in for now. That actually, like, have stories compared to them, you know, as opposed to... you know, kind of like the ones that we had prior. Where they're all just kind of like, oh, they're all just kind of this. I don't get how I'm... What? I don't get. Kind of like how it was with all the other ones, you know? Shelter of Knowledge, Magical Defense. I mean, your whole thing's not really about magic, if I mean, or it's about magic, but honestly, you're fine keeping that one, I believe. But yeah, you know, I'm a big fan of the story of the side quests too, where they're not just like, oh, I lost the thing, can you go get it for me, or oh, beat this specific monster or get this specific item. So I mean, it's not bad either way, but it's just one of those things that I liked. So but yeah, let me know how you guys felt about the ones we had here. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to our main channel too. That's in the description below, as well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RPG Keem Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all next time.